The NBA Slam Dunk Contest used to be the highlight of All-Star Weekend. It was the event everyone looked forward to, the stage where legends were made. Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins going head-to-head in 1988, Vince Carter redefining what was humanly possible in 2000, even an 18-year-old Kobe Bryant making a name for himself in 1997. But fast forward to today, and it feels like the dunk contest has lost its magic. Every year, the same conversation happens. Fans complain that the event isn't what it used to be. Big name players refuse to participate. The NBA tries new gimmicks to keep it interesting, but nothing ultimately seems to work. The truth is, the dunk contest is struggling. But why? Why do today's biggest stars refuse to compete? And more importantly, is there any way to save it? Today, we're breaking that all down.
We wanted to know who the best was. Michael and I went head up. We wanted to know who the best was.
LeBron James is directly responsible for ruining the standard.
I wanted to come out and play hard, though. You know what I mean? I feel like we all have a sense of responsibility. You know, we're voted in for what we do during the season.
I wouldn't give a damn if the NBA canceled the All-Star Weekend festivities.
Now, to fully understand why the dunk contest has fallen off, we need to go back to when it truly mattered. The 1980s and 1990s were the contest's golden years. Back then, superstars didn't just compete, they gave us legendary battles. Julius Erving set the tone in 1984 by dunking from the free throw line. Then in 1986, a 5'7" rookie named Spud Webb shocked the world by beating his teammate Dominique Wilkins. And of course, in 1988, Michael Jordan's and Wilkins went head-to-head in what is still considered one of the greatest dunk battles of all time, with Jordan sealing the win by taking off from the free throw line. Even in the early 2000s, the dunk contest still had its magic. In 2000, Vince Carter delivered what might be the greatest performance in contest history. The elbow dunk, the 360 windmill, the reverse 360, every dunk was perfect, and his "it's over" moment is still iconic to this day. For years, the dunk contest was where stars put their reputations on the line. It was where young players made a name for themselves. Kobe Bryant won it in 1997 as a teenager. Tracy McGrady and Steve Francis put on a show in 2000 as well. Even Dwight Howard got into the action in 2008 with the Superman dunk. Winning the dunk contest used to mean something, but then things started to change. Dominique Wilkins recently said, and I quote, "Guys, for one reason or another, just don't want to get in it anymore. They feel like it's a waste of their time." And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly the problem. Superstars today don't see a reason to participate. They don't see the dunk contest as something worth their time, and there are a key few reasons why. First, there's no real incentive. Back in the day, winning the dunk contest helped build a player's legacy, but in today's NBA, it doesn't carry the same weight. LeBron James, for example, has accomplished just about everything there is to accomplish: 4 MVPs, 4 championships, the all-time scoring record. A dunk contest win wouldn't exactly add that much to his resume. On top of that, the money doesn't really matter either in the grand scheme of things. Superstars make tens of millions of dollars in salaries and endorsements. The dunk contest prize is a drop in that bucket compared to what they already make, so it's not really a motivator in that sense either. Then there's also the injury risk. While rare, injuries do happen. The dunk contest requires players to push their bodies to the absolute limit, performing explosive movements with little warm-up. And for what? A title that doesn't really impact their career? From a risk-reward perspective, a lot of stars just don't see the point in doing it, and when you look at it in that light, it's hard to argue against that. There's also the brand factor. Superstars just don't want to win, they want to dominate. If a big name player enters the dunk contest and loses to a lesser known guy, that can really hurt their image. Giannis Antetokounmpo competed in 2015 and finished 4th. Do you think he ever wanted to come back after that? Probably not, and that was at a time where he wasn't at the apex of his career yet. And that's where we're at today. The stars want nothing to do with the dunk contest, and because of that, the event has lost its star power. With big name players refusing to participate, the NBA has tried everything to keep the contest entertaining. We've seen players jump over cars, we've seen them dunk over mascots, we've seen drones, superhero capes, and props of all kinds. At one point, they even raised the rim to 12 feet. Some of these moments were cool at first, but now it feels like the contest is trying so hard to stay relevant. The props and gimmicks are being used to cover up the fact that the best dunkers in the world aren't participating. It's no longer about pure dunking ability, it's about theatrics, and that's a problem in itself as well. The dunk contest decline is part of a bigger issue. All-Star Weekend as a whole just isn't what it used to be.
I think the All-Star game in general needs a little revamping because it used to be competitive.
Yeah.
It used to be competitive, and fans want to see the best pickup game in the world.
Tim, standing on the right.
LeBron 211 to 186 is things we've never seen in an All-Star game. You know that Adam and others from the league have talked about making it more competitive. Is this what players want, though? Is this, do you think, what fans want to?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's something we need to figure out. I don't know where's the median, because this is what a lot of the games are starting to look like now too.
The All-Star game has become unwatchable. There's no defense, players don't take it seriously, it's turned into a glorified shoot-around, and fans are turning off their TVs. There was a time when the All-Star game was competitive. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird took it seriously. Even as recently as the early 2010s, we saw guys like Kobe, LeBron, and KD actually try and win it. But now it feels like nobody cares. And just like the dunk contest, the lack of effort is killing the event. Every year we hear the same thing. Fans complain, players tweet about how they should enter, and then ultimately nothing happens. Let's take this year for example. After this year's dunk contest, Ja Morant, Zach LaVine, and Aaron Gordon all teased that they'd participate next year. But will they actually? History tells us probably not. Unless the NBA makes a change, the dunk contest will continue to decline. We also have to remember that the greatest dunkers in the world don't actually play in the NBA. There's a thing like professional dunking now, where people are blowing up the internet by creating new and fascinating dunks that have never been seen before, but these are not NBA players. One idea is to raise the prize money. If there was $1 million prize, maybe that would convince some stars to enter. Another idea is to make it a team event. Imagine a dunk battle where two teams go head to head. Or maybe the NBA should let fans vote into the contest players, forcing superstars to participate based on demand. At the end of the day, something ultimately needs to change. Because if nothing does, we might be watching the slow death of one of the NBA's most iconic traditions. The NBA Slam Dunk Contest was once the biggest event of All-Star Weekend. Today, it's barely holding on. Superstars aren't interested, gimmicks have taken over, and the All-Star game itself is losing value in the same fashion. So the big question is, will the dunk contest ever return to its former glory, or are we witnessing the end of an era? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you believe the dunk contest can be saved, and what is your suggestion? If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for more NBA discussions. My name is Damian Peters, this is Basketball Network. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.